To add a talking bubble, it's really quite simple. I go down to my auto shapes and I go to callouts. And I really like the first 4 options here. The rest of the options, yes, will work, but they're just not as fun looking. The top 4 options are more like what you'd see in a comic strip. All you do is simply draw the oval the way you'd like it. So you just simply type directly onto the talking bubble. Now this is an auto shape, so I could double click on it and change the fill color. And when I do that, I prefer white. White is typically the first option you would choose because your backgrounds are typically going to be very busy to begin with. You don't really want to distract from it. You want to be able to actually make it easy to read and see. If you want to add another talking bubble, you just simply draw it. And there you go. Now, the problem with this one, well, first off, I'm going to change it to be white. The problem with this one is that the talking stem is pointing away from my character that's actually speaking. To fix this, you simply click on the talking bubble, and at the edge of the stem is a yellow diamond. I can click on this yellow diamond and actually drag it over so it's pointing where I want to. If I really want to, I can move my talking bubble way down here and drag my stem all the way up to the top, and there you go. And now it can be pointing in any direction that I want. Now, a couple of tips with talking bubbles. Tip number 1. I don't want the font to be any smaller than size 18. That's because if it's up on the main screen or when you're watching it, it could be too small to actually read easily. Number 2, if you're going to change the font, then I would make sure it's a font that's relatively simple to read, not one that's a little too frilly and it can be quite challenging to read. And then another tip that I'd like you to do is know that there's another type of callout that has a cloud associated with it. The cloud is supposed to represent somebody thinking, not somebody speaking out loud. Okay? And so once you understand the differences between these different talking bubbles and how to change the colors and the fonts with them and move the stems around, you can create nice conversations. And then when you're finished with that, you can go into your animations and animate the talking bubbles to come in at the appropriate times.